Cool.
What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Mint Hunter Comics, and we got a CGC unboxing for you guys. Well, actually, technically 3, but today we're just going to do 1 and 2. One is a batch of 2 Silver Age books, and the other is 3 moderns that I sent in to do the Steve Englehart signing. I have actually switched to CBCS for many reasons, let's just say. But I will say this batch of CGC books certainly did not let me down. Frankly, I think one of the reasons is because I did the pressing this time. I'm very pro third-party pressers. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and dive into this unboxing. I don't know which box is which, so let's just take a crack at it. Typical Mint Hunter Comics, I don't know where my scissors are. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what we got here. This is the 3 books, so this is the Steve Englehart signing. Spoiler alert, I now finally own one of my holy grails, Green Lantern Corps 201, the first appearance of Kilowog, in a 9.8. Had I had this prior to the Steve Englehart signing, I probably would have had Steve Englehart sign that, but I don't know if I would have wanted to risk cracking a 9.8 slab just to get a signature. So let's get one last look at my 201 here, and let's get the unboxing going on. I think I'm gonna start with, you know what, I'll start with this one. Green Lantern 188. Wow, I really like how he signed that. That's so cool. 188. Now I'll have to zoom in post to show you I actually had a major success in that I got them to relabel this book correctly. All the 188 slabs didn't mention the significance of the book, and it's the first appearance of Mogo, the Green Lantern planet. It didn't mention that. It's also a couple other things, but I sent in a request to have them update the notes because I knew I was going to send this book in for the signing, and I wanted to make sure it said first appearance of Mogo. Man, I absolutely love how he signed that. That is absolutely killer. That's so awesome. First appearance of Mogo, Tales of Green Lantern Corps backup story by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. Signed by Steve Englehart. And you know what, guys? I will tell you one other thing. I love submitting yellow books for the yellow label. So that's a no-brainer. That's like one of my favorite Green Lantern books I have in my collection now. I honestly kind of wish I sent a lot more in, but it can be kind of expensive doing these signings. Here we got Scarlet Witch gives birth to Tommy and Billy. I'm very happy to see this also got the 9.8, which is funny because I had a 9.8 this past year, but I sold it, and I was like, crap, when they did the Steve Englehart signing, but I had this whole maxi series in really sharp quality, so I did just a quick little press of my own. Looks like it got the 9.8. This is a book that got really hot and actually cooled down quite a bit, but it's going to get very big again just in time for Doctor Strange. So another great thing is these books came back to me really fast. That's not normal either. I think I sent these in 2 months ago, they came back to me. Is that not amazing with that yellow label? Oh my God. Next. This is definitely the favorite of the batch. Let me take a second to look at this myself. This is one of my favorite Justice League stories of all time. It's when Green Lantern thinks that he is justly deserving of punishment, and he basically lets the early Manhunter take him away, and Justice League's like, no, man, no. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Justice League books of all time. I am absolutely stoked that it got the 9.8, which means I now have 2 of those in a 9.8, which also means that I have the first appearance of the Manhunters, which is almost like the Green Lantern's version of the Sentinels to X-Men. This is the first appearance of Manhunter and first appearance of the Manhunters when they finally understood what they were going to do with the Manhunters. Not gonna lie, guys, having these 2 books and a duplicate of this is a bit of a flex. I have to resend this one in, though. This has some of the worst Newton rings I've ever seen on a CGC slab. Another one, if I had this in time before the Steve Englehart signing, I would have sent this and this to have gotten graded. Although, you got to be careful. It's not always a good idea to send if you've already got a 9.8 because you risk getting a grade dip. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. I also had a lot of success with this book, so let's dive in there as well. Oh, you know what, guys? That's something completely different. I'm actually going to wait to do that for a separate video. So sorry. All right, well, I guess it's this one then. That book there, that deserves its own video. That'll be dropping Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, guys. Another successful CGC unboxing right here. Let's get into our Silver Age. All right, so this book is the, well, I'll show you. It's the first appearance of Sinestro. Now, I recently picked this up at a flea market for a absolute song, which also just goes to show how fast this submission was too. This submission was, I think, under 2 months. Granted, I did do it in the standard submission tier, which is considerably quicker than the regular moderns. When I initially picked it up, it had a pretty good looking spine for the book. I thought that it could maybe hit like a 5.560 until I noticed some funkiness on the bottom right. There's kind of 2 pretty bad creases and a little chip at the bottom, as well as a couple other small things going on here. So I thought, okay, maybe we can get the 5. But now that I've had some successes and failures with submitting Silver Age books, I happen to know CGC grades pretty darn harsh. And like, I'm talking even before this current thing going on right now where they're grading everything really harsh, even before then, they've always graded creases really harshly. So I initially thought it would be a 6.0. Then I adjusted my thoughts and I said that this would be a 4.0. It's a pretty clean book, it presents well, but I got a 4.5, which is half a grade higher than I thought it would be. Now, I did press this myself, which I'm still new to pressing Silver Age. I'm very timid. I don't want to hurt these books. So I don't know how much my press and my cleaning did here. My cleaning did something, but I don't know how much my press really did. Silver Age, I'm just really timid. I'm scared to press, but I'm happy with this. Maybe a third-party presser could get me to like a 5, but I'm totally happy with a 4.5 of this book. First appearance of Sinestro, massive Green Lantern key. Unfortunately, it does fall victim to stupid cover syndrome, where it's a massive, 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 massive key, but Sinestro's nowhere on the cover, and it's a little bit silly, little dumb. Oh man, it's such a shame though, because aside from those creases, if they weren't there, I think this book could have gotten a 6. Oh well, considering how much I paid for that at the flea market, you know, no problem. Here's another one where this was a mild success. Let me look at it real quick. So this was Captain America 117. And it got the 8.0, and it got white pages, which I'm really happy about. I thought it would be an 8.5. I thought that my press might bring it to a 9.0. Clearly it didn't. However, guys, an 8.0 is still extremely solid. I am not upset with that grade at all. Same thing with the Green Lantern. Do I think if I sent it to a actual legitimate seasoned Silver Age presser and cleaner, yeah, I think they could bump this to an 8.5. I still think that book could be a 9.0. Maybe, hell, maybe even a 9.2. But an 8.0 is fantastic. No complaints there. Absolutely killer book. First appearance of Falcon. An 8.0 is no slouch of a grade for that book. That is going to go on my Avengers wall right there. So that's a welcomed addition to my Avengers wall, although admittedly it is much higher grade than those other ones I got going on right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Good problem to have. We've had a pretty big success here. We got an 8.0 of the first Falcon. We have a flea market find, first Sinestro, getting the 4.5 after I thought it would only get a 4. We have the first appearance of the Manhunters, but all around Manhunter. All around just absolutely whale of a Justice League story. one of my favorites. And from 1977, getting a 9.8 white pages with his signature. We got the Birth of Billy and Tommy, and beautiful, beautiful yellow label. And then my favorite is the first appearance of Mogo, and with the success of having them actually finally make some mention of that. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Guys, as always, keep on hunting and learn to sharpen your skills. I've been learning how to press myself, and looks like I'm starting to have some success. Too bad I can't do it every time. Oh well. Keep on hunting.